We're going to begin with number 44, the gentleman who just spoke to you, Sean Clayton. Sean played here between 1987 and 1990. Coach called him the godfather of 1,000-yard running backs at Dunbar, which is quite something when you stop to think about it, because this high school opened in the middle of World War II in 1942, some 79 years ago. He was the first mighty man to ever rush for over 1,500 yards in a season and 20 touchdowns. That would have been his senior season of 1990. He led Dunbar to its first conference championship in over 20 years. And in the game for that conference championship at Stagg Stadium, he carried the football 28 times for 158 yards in a 30-20 victory over Robeson. Apart from Sean's football prowess, he was also an all-state wrestler in the 171-pound weight classification. He lettered in both football and wrestling here at Dunbar, and then went on to Howard University, as you know, one of the most famous institutions in the United States, in Washington, D.C., and did the self-same thing, lettering again in both football and wrestling. As you already know, Sean today is the principal of Tilden Elementary School. Ladies and gentlemen, number 44, Sean Clayton. Ladies and gentlemen, number 72 was Joe Dunbar. Coach asked me to advise you that the school was not named for Joe, though he believes it should have been. Joe not only played on varsity as a freshman, which, as we all know, is something that's unique in and of itself, he started on the varsity as a freshman. He went on to be named All-Conference as both a sophomore and junior, an honorable mention Chicago Sun-Times All-State in his senior year, during which he averaged 15 tackles a game. Moreover, Joe was named the Coca-Cola Player of the Week that 1990 season for his performance in a city playoff game against Morgan Park. Joe went on to attend Grambling State University, we all know where that is in Louisiana, under one of the great football coaches in the history of the game, Eddie Robinson. And Coach asked me to read this. It's a quotation from Joe just before we introduce him for his induction. Quote, "Being raised in a single-parent home, Coach Johnson became the father figure in my life that I was lacking, and without him, I really don't believe I would have ever made it out of Chicago alive. I attended Grambling for 3 years and played under the great Eddie Robinson. He told me at practice one day in front of everyone, 'Son, I've rarely seen such a great player, but you don't want to come to practice.' And that was true. I had a big head because I knew how good I was too. But I wanted to run with the big dogs. Finally, I received a stab wound that cut tendons in my arm, ended my football career, and handicapped me for 2 years. Only God knows my beginning and my end, and in Him I will trust. There is a plan for my life, and God is in it." Unquote. Well said, Joe. And part of that plan today is your induction to the Dunbar Vocational Football Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, number 72, Joe Dunbar.
We haven't finished yet. Oh, baby, we don't help ourselves. Nobody else will. We've got to reach down and grab something inside. And so I know how hard it goes. We
Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, was Tyree Ollie. According to Coach Johnson, Tyree, quote, was a coach's dream when it came to quarterbacks. I haven't had a quarterback like Tyree before or since. He knew every player's alignment and assignment. He knew how to read a defense and how to take advantage of it, unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyree played in the varsity from 1987 through 1990. In his junior year of 1989, he passed for over 1,500 yards and 21 touchdowns. In his senior year of 1990, after throwing for over 1,000 more yards and 25 more touchdowns, he had broken every single Dunbar vocational passing record. And remember again, we opened this school in 1942. Tyree went on to play strong safety for the great Eddie Robinson at Grambling State University in Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyree Ollie.